know that they're loved, but they need to feel that they're loved. And we need to be able to express our love for them in a way that they can receive it and understand it, and in a way that fills up this emotional tank of love. So we as parents have this key role of fueling our child's emotional tank. And obviously, as they go from 0 to 20, there are many more influences and people that contribute to filling this tank and draining it, I might add. Obviously, when your child's a baby, primarily, unless you're Erica holding that aforesaid baby at the back, you are primarily the ones holding, cuddling, giving the affection and doing the material needs for that child. You're the main people fueling that tank, and then as your child gets much older, many other people are coming in. But we need to fill that tank and keep that tank full. Why? So that our children can operate well and reach their full potential. And it's unconditional love. Very easy to say, very hard to do. It's not an easy job being a parent. And unconditional love is not an easy thing. It means I love you for you, whatever you do or don't do. Now, when I think about that, I know there have been many times I've failed as a parent, and I have not loved them conditionally. I've loved them when they've been nice, when they've behaved, when they've done their homework, when they've done what I've asked them to do the first time and not the 10th time. And this tank can deplete on a regular basis when we are harsh with our children. That tank can deplete. When we disappoint them, and we do, we can disappoint our children. We can fail to forgive our children. We can fail to say sorry, and that depletes their tank. I remember with my own father, who loved me, and I loved him. But as a teenager, I can remember being so cross with him, because when he was wrong, he never said it. And I wanted him to say, when he was sorry, that he was sorry. The tank depletes when we fail them, so we need to know, how do I fill that child's tank? And it might be in different ways to that child's tank. Because as we've said earlier on today, our children are unique. And just because they're siblings and they're born in the same family, it doesn't mean they receive love all in the same way. So raising emotionally healthy children is not easy. But if your child feels genuinely loved by you, they will be so much more responsive to your guidance, to your shaping, to your parenting. It's the security that makes them responsive. And this is why, and we'll go on to this now, love languages for your children are so important. Now, many of us might know about love languages for adults, but I would think few parents have thought about actual love languages for their children, and they are so important. This book, this guy Gary Chapman, he was the first one that really articulated love languages in the specific way that perhaps we know about them now. And this book is about love languages for children and also love languages for teenagers. And it looks pretty thick. I mean, I don't know how you read. I can speed read and then I highlight and then I go back and then I tune in on something that grabs my attention. Can I just say, as parents of children, babies, teenagers, whatever, if you ever want to read just a book, get this book. Love languages for your children, for your teenagers. It is so helpful and insightful. The man's a doctor. He's not an idiot. He spent years putting this material together. He has spoken to thousands of parents. Why would we not want to avail ourselves of his expertise in order to put a bit more intentionality into our parenting? Okay, so that's a good book to read. We're going to now look at shaping with love and in these different ways. A child's need to love and be loved is basic above all other needs, and without love, a child will starve emotionally and they could even suffer, literally physically. And it's been proven that babies, if they aren't loved and cuddled, that they don't thrive, that they grow weak. And it's absolutely true for our children. This isn't an option. This is absolutely integral and basic to all other needs. And if we don't understand how we make our child feel loved, then we can affect their ability to develop in a good way in their future life. Now listen, most parents deeply love their children. There's absolutely no discussion on that. We know that. So why do children struggle to feel this love? Why do they feel that they're loved in a conditional way? I think it's this very challenge is being able to transfer your love from your heart into their heart in a way that they can receive it. So let's look at this. Let's look at the love languages. Now, first off to say, love languages just means there's kind of 5 main areas that we can show and express love. We might know about this in our adult life, the way we express love to our partners, but it's exactly the same with children. And it's very important, though, to understand from the outset that all 5 are important, all 5 are necessary, and in your child's life there will be a mixture of all 5. And at any one time these might vary, but they're all important and they're all necessary. But what we're trying to get you to see today is that there might be one language in particular that absolutely hits the spot for your child. And if you were to say to your child, how do you know Mummy and Daddy love you? They might reveal to you in their answer which area it is that really makes them feel loved. So if they were to say, I know Mummy and Daddy love me because they always spend time doing things with me, they always have time to spend with me, then it would be quite a good thing to guess that this child's one of their main love languages was quality time. If, on the other hand, the child said, I know Mummy and Daddy love me because they're always giving me hugs and they're always giving me kisses and they sit me on my lap and read me stories, or they hold my hand, or whatever it is. And that would be a good indication that they receive love through physical touch and so on. So anyway, I'm just going to open up a few of these areas for you. Let's look at physical affection first, being tactile. Now, this is a very important area. So many problems around it nowadays in our modern world. But it is so important that we are physical with our children. And sadly, this has so many sexual connotations. But children need you to touch them in a loving and tactile way. And if this is the particular way that your child receives love from you, This is what makes them feel love. This is what fills their emotional tankard. Your touch will communicate love more deeply than any number of I love you. Any number of presents. You can fix their bikes till kingdom come, or you can spend oceans of time with them. But if they need to be touched and you are not touching in a loving and a parental way, this won't be feeding this need in them. Sons need their father's touch. Sadly today, children, young boys, fathers leave it to the mothers because they feel that somehow by the age of 7 or something, if they are being physical, hugging, kissing, just being tactile with their sons, somehow they're going to feminize them. What's that saying to our boys? What's that saying is that to show love in this way is weak, is just for girls. It represses something that is natural. I love it when Clive meets our boys every now and then, and he hugs them, and he kisses them. And you know what? If you know anything of the Bible, and you know the story of the prodigal son, not only was the father looking out for his son to return, but he ran and met him and put his arms around him and kissed him. Now, of course, we have to be appropriate. When your boys are teenagers, they probably won't appreciate you rocking out to school and kissing them in front of their peers, will they? But they still need to be hugged and kissed at home, because believe you me, if that is your child's love language and they're not receiving that physical affection, they will look for it in inappropriate ways. Now, when our son reached 14, 15, he was a physical lad. He needed love. He needed to be touched, and he didn't know how. Didn't know how to express himself. You could see it. So what did we do? We got a dog. Brilliant. Got this dog, and then Tim could touch this dog, hug this dog, love this dog, be kissed by this dog, a dog leg.